hopefully you can hear me. You took a lot of positives out of that game, but can we just start with their winner? What's your understanding? Because your players clearly thought they had a case for that to be chalked off.
If I'm honest, I haven't watched the scene back because even if it was a mistake by VAR anyhow, it won't change the outcome. So for that, if it is a mistake anyhow, it would be even more annoying. I think it was a doubtful scene. Yeah, my captain Grant Henry reported that he won the ball, and then Saka played the ball with his arm, and for that he stopped for one moment to play because he thought a free kick was given. And out of this, then the game developed further on, and they had the finishing situations, and then I think there was a situation where VAR checked if it was offside or not, and then the outcome was that no offside was given, and for that, it's not so much my topic. So if I'm honest, if the VAR referee thinks it's no offside, then we have to accept the goal, and was then the decisive goal. Unbelievably unlucky for my players, anyhow, that such a situation leads them more or less like to the decisive goal, because there were, I think, a few questions can be asked with the handball and then the situation later on. But if the decision from the referees, and I also trust VAR and trust the referees, for that I don't want to watch the scene back, I accept.
Give us, you made a few changes today, but pleased with a lot of what you saw today?
Yes, first of all, we are unbelievably disappointed because we're not. There's no replacement for points. We're not playing for warm words or for great performances. We want to win points. Otherwise, I mentioned in my last press conference, otherwise we would do synchronous. We want to win some points, and for that we are disappointed. When the dust is settled, you have to say that we have so many positive things to take out of this game, and I just have compliments for my lads, because the first 15 minutes were tough for Arsenal. Was on the front foot. I have expected this a little bit because they always start unbelievable on the front foot. Even Man City in the game had the first 10-15 minutes some problems, and we had a few changes today in the starting lineup, but we fought our way into this game, and then I got things. So for minute 20, 25, we controlled this game, dominated this game, also with lots of possession, brought the ball and the game more or less into their half. Created good situation, missed a little bit the cutting edge in order to use one of the situations, to be a bit more precise in the final third to go in lead. But even in the second half, I got the feeling so we were dominating possession and brought the ball in many scenes with good counter pressing, also close to their box. They had to defend a lot. And it's still complicated to control all their counter attacks. There was players like Aubameyang, Pepe, Saka, Smith Rowe later on. I think we did an excellent job also to control this moment. And then this unlucky situation led then more or less like to the decisive goal. And of course, in the final minutes, we had to take more risks anyhow and change base formation, brought many offensive thinking players on the pitch and created many set pieces. And also the situation with Timo. City were not able to find the equalizer. Yes, of course, and in the last minutes after we took so much risk, Arsenal had then, of course, a few good counter attacks anyhow. But this is what you have to accept when you take so many risks, because we want to equalize and to turn this game. And sadly the outcome is lost. For that we are all disappointed. But after the dust is settled, I think many positive things to take out of this game.
I think there's 4 changes. Firstly, was that a reflection of the international period and some of the workload and travel for some of your players, and also specifically on the Bamadelli and Zolis, to give them their Premier League debuts essentially? How do you think those two went?
Yes, it was due to some technical necessities, and also due to the loads during the international break. We had a bit tricky international break with 2 incomings with Ozan and Matthias, so they need some time to adapt. They were today the first time in the squad. We had players with unbelievable load in the last days. For example, Milot Vazic was excellent in our first games, but he had a difficult pre-season. He had lots of load in the international break. Just on Wednesday night, he played for Kosovo in Spain, had to work a lot against the ball, 90 minutes, then the travel back to England, then the travel also yesterday in the coach for 3.5 hours till London until we were in the hotel. He was also a bit tired and he needed a travel break. Also Billy Gilmore, he's played more minutes than any other player in my team in all competitions for us so far. And also unbelievable busy spell for him for Scotland, played many minutes. He's always in the spotlight because there's so much hype and praise around him. We got the feeling, so we have to make sure Billy, for example, coming out of last season where he hardly played the game anyhow and never started the game, then to be in a period where we always have to be in the spotlight, so we had to be a bit careful, and we have to look a bit after these guys. And for that, it was a bit due to the load, but also due to some tactical necessities today. We needed against their unbelievable quick and pacey front line, many quick players in our defensive role, and that was also the reason with Andrew, one of our quickest players, came into the starting lineup. Also need to control Tierney a little bit because he's also a massive part in the offensive game, and I got the feeling so Kieran Dowell used his chance in training. He was spot on and focused in training, and he could have to do the job to control Tierney, but also to have an effect in our offensive game. I think all our players who came in were really excellent, and many compliments also, especially to my young lads. We played today with a back four, Max Owens 21, Andrew Omomidele just 19, I think. Meanwhile, Brandon Williams 20. So I want to see one other Premier League cyclist. There was such a young back four, but we have to do this. Now we are a self-funding club. We can't afford to buy proven Premier League players. We have to develop them. For that, I just have compliments, especially also to Christos, to Andrew for their debut, but also for Brandon Williams. I think how he defended today, a player of the quality and the pace and the value of people, was outstanding in many situations. And just have praise, especially for my young lads, but even they are disappointed because it's not so much about individuals, also not there in the situation. They want to win points as well, and for that we are all a bit disappointed that we didn't grab our well-deserved reward today.
Final off me, Daniel. Just clarify, Josh Sargent, was that just a hamstring, not quite able to be in contention, but maybe nothing moving forward to worry about?
Yes, first of all, it was of course tricky because he had on Thursday morning the game and arrived pretty late, straight away with the flight, 11 hours flight from Honduras to Heathrow, then the travel back to Norwich without sleep. He was struggling with a bit of jet lag, but I would have taken him in the squad. But we scanned him yesterday, and there was a low-grade muscle injury in his hamstring. He missed the next day, so hopefully for the next game he will be available, because he's already a key player also for us, and important for our group. And hopefully, after a few days, this injury settled, and I hope that they have him available for the next game. But we have to wait how the week develops.